From across the UK, 32 up-and-coming chefs are heading to the MasterChef kitchen in Birmingham in a battle to become professional MasterChef champion. Tonight, 4 new hopefuls compete to impress. MasterChef judge Matt Tebbutt, renowned chef Monica Galetti, and culinary legend Marcus Wareing.
Being a MasterChef professional contestant is just a dream come true. Just wanted to get cracking now and show everyone what I've got.
A minute ago, and I saw the M on my chest, and it really felt real. Kind of hit me in the heart, and I was like, I'm here, I'm doing it.
I'm definitely very competitive. I want to bring a bit of girl power. I'm just going to get my head down and cook and try to block out everything else.
This is a massive opportunity. I'm just going to stick to the game plan, and it'll be all right.
Who has got what it takes to set this competition alight?
It's time to discover a new culinary superstar.
So, guys, MasterChef The Professionals continues. We've seen some great talent already. We've got 4 more chefs desperately wanting to come out and do this skills test.
Really looking forward to this. We're bringing our previous winner, Nikita Pathakji, back. Let's see what skills test she's set for our chefs.
Michelin-trained chef and Supper Club entrepreneur Nikita Pathakji became MasterChef champion in 2022 with dishes inspired by her travels.
The most positive thing to come from MasterChef was me creating and finding my style.
She's a force to be reckoned with, just plain wonderful.
I loved cooking, flavours from all over the world.
What a triumph. It's gonna be a tough one to beat.
So after winning the show, being able to have the platform to showcase that to people was amazing. The skills test. I know exactly the feeling of being in that room, walking in, having those judges stare at you. It's intimidating, and so it's that pressure that makes it so difficult. But the main thing that I'm going to be looking for is how they work and how they attack the challenge in front of them, and their thought processes is going to show me who they are as a chef.
So, Nikita, you've already set 2 fabulous skills tests for us. What have you got for us today?
So today I'm going to get the chefs to cook this Bavette steak and serve it with a papaya and noodle salad and crispy noodles.
What are the core skills that are on show here?
Obviously, they have to cook the steak perfectly, and then it's really about the attention to detail when they're cutting vegetables and then making a delicious dressing. Hopefully, it's not too overwhelming for them.
Yeah. Or terrifying.
We'll see.
Nikita, 20 minutes. Show us how you do this beautiful steak and salad.
First, I'm actually going to get the noodles soaking for the salad. I'm going to soak them in hot water.
Vermicelli noodles, use them quite a lot in salmon food, so I'm a huge fan.
They don't so much need to be cooked, they just need to be soaked. I'm going to get on with the salad prep.
Green papaya in the salad?
Yeah, I mean, they're the base of so many wonderful salads, especially in places like Thailand.
Green papaya, it's not overpowering. It's more like a vegetable.
It is, absolutely, but the chefs may never have prepared one of these before. They might be a little bit surprised. So it's really important that they take these seeds out because they're not very nice to eat. And you can leave the skin on if you want, but I find that it's a little bit tangy, a bit tough, so I prefer to peel it for this salad. I'm also going to put a little bit of daikon and some carrot.
So it's completely up to the chefs what they're using for their salad here?
Yeah, we want them to use the papaya and the noodles, but they've got a few other ingredients they can throw in there as well.
The key is understanding the ingredients for the salad and cutting them in a way that they all complement each other. Some are thinner, some are smaller. It is about the feel when you're eating it. I think it's really important.
Exactly that. Next, I'm going to prepare my bavette. So I'm going to cut a nice portion.
This is a difficult piece of meat to get right.
You really want to keep it medium rare, otherwise, if it's too rare, it's a little bit flabby and not the nicest. And then on the other side, it becomes really tough.
This is a key point now. It's about heat control, making sure the butter doesn't burn, and doing what you're doing, which is just basically just keep basting it and basting it. That is what I call a labour of love.
Definitely. But that's what I want to see. I don't want to see them not giving it the attention that it deserves. We definitely want to have enough time to rest that steak so that it's nice, even cooking all the way through. So now I'm going to turn my attention to the dressing. Firstly, green chilies. I want it to have a little bit of a kick. I'm actually going to use the stalks of the coriander for this. They have a lot of flavour, and I'll put the leaves through the actual salad. So a little bit of jaggery, which is a really delicious kind of sugar. I'm going to put a very small amount of this fermented shrimp paste. It's intense and fishy and savoury. This ingredient might scare the contestants, but when used correctly, it does bring such a great flavour to it.
What sort of consistency are you looking for?
I want to make a nice paste, and then I'm going to let it down with lime juice and fish sauce.
You're looking for something really big and bold.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes to the dressing, they could just go for some olive oil and some lime and call it a day, but I really want them to do a lot more.
That would not be a good day for our chefs.
It's got a kick. So I really want to massage the dressing into the vegetables to get that flavour. So I'm just going to finish it with these noodles, which are now a lovely, bouncy consistency. So the last bit is to just make the garnish, which is just some crispy noodles. These take seconds in the fryer. It's really important here that they carve the steak against the grain. That's going to make it much more tender when you eat it. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot tougher to eat.
That looks absolutely spot on.
All that's left is to dress the plate. And there we have Bavette steak with a papaya and noodle salad and some crispy noodles.
Very nice.
Not too spicy.
Nikita, the steak, beautifully cooked, and you kept it very plain because you've got all the seasoning, the heat, the sweetness, the saltiness in the salad.
That's delicious. I absolutely love this. You make it look easy. It's not easy. It is about skill, it is about balance, and it's about great cookery.
Thank you.
Nikita, thank you so much for that. We've got 2 new chefs to bring in, so you go and have a seat. We're bringing you back for the tasting.
You know what? I'm really excited. I'm hoping our chefs can do something similar.
Let's get the first chef in and let's see what they can do.
Right, let's see who we've got today.
First up is 23-year-old demi-chef de partie, Polly, who currently works at an iconic 5-star luxury hotel in London.
So I grew up in the Norfolk countryside, but we also live near the sea. So it's extremely sea-based, lots of nice seafood. After school, I've always loved my sport, so I went into golf and I became pro at 18. I loved it, but then I decided, no, like, what am I doing? I love food, so I then quit being the golfer and I went into the golf club kitchen, and I learned everything in there. In the kitchen, I'm super competitive. I have been called Little Hulk. But that's only sometimes. I'm usually really nice. I think my skills are quite good, I hope. And we'll find out.
Hi, Polly.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, a bit nervous.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Well, welcome
Thank you.
to your skills test. This skills test has been set by a previous winner, Nikita.
Okay.
What we'd like you to make is bavette steak with papaya, vermicelli, noodle salad, and crispy noodles.
Crispy noodles, okay.
You've done those before?
No, I think I'm just gonna chuck them in the fryer.
I think that's a great idea.
And crisp them up.
Yeah?
You got it, Polly. Sounds like a plan.
Polly, you've got 20 minutes. Take it away.
Amazing, thank you. I'm just gonna blanch my noodles quickly.
She's going to blanch the noodles. She doesn't need to do that. They will just overcook very quickly, so she needs to be careful.
These just need a quick blanch, and I'll take them out.
She's running it under cold water to stop the cooking. That's good.
Just gonna prep everything for the salad.
Have you attacked a papaya before, Polly?
Not recently, I have in the past.
Okay.
Just gonna take these seeds out. It's quite bitter, I think I'm just gonna use the mandolin. have it nice and thin.
I'm hoping she's going to julienne it to make sure it's nice and small.
Right, Polly, 5 minutes have gone.
Yep.
15 left.
Yep.
You've chopped up some of the papaya.
I'm gonna use maybe some spring onion, some chili, some nice fresh lime, coriander.
I would like to see her use the ingredients to make a dressing rather than going directly into the salad, but it will still taste nice.
I think I might make some kind of dressing.
Dressing, there we go.
I want to get some nice sweetness in there, so I have this jaggery paste.
OK.
The shrimp paste as well. There's some fish sauce.
Have you eaten a lot of Asian food?
Yeah, I do eat a fair bit.
Perfect.
How do you like the taste of that shrimp paste?
It's quite strong, so I'm not going to put a lot in there.
Get that for more?
Good idea, Polly. It's bold to taste it.
I'm just going to add my noodles. I'm going to get the steak on so it has time to rest.
Polly, you're halfway.
That's a big piece of meat.
Polly, this five-star hotel in London that you work in, do they do particularly big portions?
Well, you know, I thought you'd all look very hungry, so...
Yeah.
I would have preferred to see her trim a nice piece, which is even thickness all the way through, so that it will cook more evenly in the pan.
Right, Polly, you've got 5 minutes. Time flies.
She needs to get this basting so that it can rest.
I'm not going to get this steak rested to the way I want it. Looking back, a smaller portion would have been a lot easier.
Yes.
Should work.
They only need a few seconds.
You expect it to be heavier?
I was expecting that to be a lot heavier. How long do I have left, sorry?
You've got 2 minutes.
Come on, Polly, you're nearly there. Hold it together.
Start thinking about serving your steak up soon and your salad.
She's cut that steak with the grain. You really want to be carving against the grain because it will just make it more tender to eat.
How's it looking?
Quite pink,
Yeah?
but I like a rare steak, so...
OK, Polly, put something on a plate. Otherwise, I've got nothing to eat.
That is it. Time's up.
Oof, just in time. Well done for keeping it together, Polly.
Felt like I've never been in a kitchen before.
Hi, Polly. How
Hello.
was that?
Interesting.
Yeah. I think you held your nerve quite well, actually.
I tried
It was
my
nice
best.
to watch. You should have cut a smaller piece of steak. It's not going to rest in time. But having said that, you knew how to cook the steak. It was nice to see you basting it, looking after it in the pan.
By rule of thumb, you need to cut across the grain. You didn't, but it's still incredibly tender, which is great.
What we have here is a papaya noodle salad, but the ratio of noodles to everything else, it's mainly noodles.
Yeah.
You made a dressing quite like that. It's sort of salty and sharp, but that's all I'm managing to get is sort of dressed noodles. But I admire the fact that you tasted and checked and didn't just throw things in for the sake of it.
You'd never cooked the noodles like that before, but you thought, I'm going to give that a go. And you produced a half-decent plate of food. But generally, I thought the way you worked and your attitudes was bang on. Polly, it's over. You can relax. We look forward to seeing what you got for us in the next round. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
She was unfamiliar with quite a few of these ingredients, but found her way and tasted it. It's a good thing to see.
Wasn't as bad as I thought. And there's some obvious things. I don't know why I cooked the entire bloody steak, but I don't know. But all things considered, I think it actually went okay. It was okay.
Next up
Hello.
How you doing?
is 30-year-old head chef Ben, who works in a traditional 18th century gastropub in Somerset.
Had no classical training. Most of my career has been working in pubs. I'd like to think that pub food is as good as any restaurant, especially in this day and age. I've always said I wanted to win a Michelin star. It can be done in pubs if you look at like Tom Carriage, so that would be pretty cool. My friends and family have always told me to apply for MasterChef. And then I turned 30 last year, and then I just thought, why not? And I think I'm at a stage now in my career where I'd like to think I know enough.
We would like you to make for us a bavette steak served with papaya, the vermicelli noodle salad, and crispy noodles.
Papaya I've not worked with before.
OK. 20 minutes. Off you go.
Good to see him cutting a sensible portion.
Tell us about you. How long have you been cooking?
8 years, so mainly I've worked in pubs.
Was that always the calling, or were you doing something else before?
No, so I've actually got a degree in politics.
You just changed your mind?
Yeah. Once you do a degree in politics, you kind of think to yourself, do I want to do that full time?
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
That steak needs to be flipped.
What sort of food did you grow up eating?
Tomatoes, cucumber, rhubarb. My nan and granddad used to grow loads of vegetables.
And what was their sort of key ingredient that they were always so proud of?
Their cucumber.
Yeah?
Yes, my mum, when she was pregnant with me, was addicted to cucumber and passed that on to me.
I would like to see him basting that steak, you know, maybe throwing some aromats into it, just giving it a bit of love and attention.
I'm going to foam this butter.
There we go.
And I'm going to whack a bit of the fish sauce through it, a la minute.
Interesting. Take that steak out the pan now to rest it.
Ben, you've had 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you're thinking of doing with your salad there.
So I'm just shredding this mooli, spring onion, and then I'm going to dress it, season it, go from there.
Good, nice skills. But he's avoiding the papaya, I think. You've got to do it at some point, Ben.
Your papaya?
Yeah.
You got any idea what you're going to do with it?
I'm going to start cutting it up and see what happens.
There we go. OK, he's peeling it, which is good. I would be OK with him dicing it, but he's just gone with a completely random shapes. Not uniform at all.
So remind me again, Ben, what's in the salad?
Papaya, peanut, and spring onion.
So you've blanched some noodles off. What are you going to do with them?
Well, I'm going to dress them through the salad.
OK, good. Noodles are out. It'd be good to run them under some cold water. Exactly, Ben.
And then that second nest, I'm going to deep fry.
There we go. They only needed a few seconds.
Have you thought about a dressing for your salad?
Yeah, some lime, fish sauce, and some of this chilli, some shrimp paste.
Used that before?
No, I haven't used it before, so we're going to see what happens. I imagine you have to let it down a little bit because it's a hard block.
That's OK. Those noodles, Ben. What about the noodles in the fryer? Those noodles are burnt.
You've got more?
Yes, I do.
OK, he's going to do it again.
Ben, you've got 3 minutes. You need to carve your steak and plate up.
He's cutting against a grain, which is good. Steak looks nicely cooked. There's a lot of blood, though. I think because he rested it in the hot pan, it retained that heat for a bit too long. Oh, no, they're burnt again.
They're a little bit on the brown side.
A little bit like the first batch.
A little bit.
I hope he leaves them off the plate.
Start getting this together now.
That's a big portion, and it's just a lot of noodles. Don't put those on, Ben. Just it, no.
Ben, you finished?
As I'll ever be.
In the nick of time. Well done.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
How was that?
Stressful.
Yeah. I could see you avoiding that papaya.
Yeah.
I think it was a well-cooked steak, but then I think when you got down to the salad, you got a little bit frazzled, not knowing what to do with the papaya, and that showed. I wish you'd just left those noodles off. They clearly didn't work. There was no need to put them on.
I kept asking you what else was going in your salad because there were many other ingredients here. You know, the carrots, you had the coriander there. You could have been a bit more generous with the papaya. But I like the skills of keeping calm, even though, you know, I can imagine your heart's going 100 miles an hour.
Dressing, there's a lot of lime juice in there and it's balanced. I've got chili as well. So it's almost, in a roundabout way, coming together.
Your steak, resting it in a hot pan, that's why it bleeds, because it's still at quite a high temperature. But you have got a salad, You've got some nicely cooked beef, so I've seen nice skills on show here, Ben.
Ben, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
I liked Ben. I think there's a definite chef in there.
For me, shows promise, and I can work at that.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was petrifying. Some mixed feedback, but I'm happy it's done. Never got to do that again in my life. One and done.
So, Nikita, 2 remaining chefs, and this is your last skills test. What do you have for them?
So I'm going to ask them to make some falafel, to serve it with muhammara, which is a roasted red pepper and walnut dip. Make a quick flatbread and a little tomato salad.
There's quite a few things. They're going to have a plan.
Definitely, but each element is relatively quick, so if they can be organised and prioritised, they should be fine.
20 minutes, show us how you do it.
So first they need to get their flatbread dough made. It's just 2 ingredients, self-raising flour and Greek yoghurt. I don't need the chefs to make very much, so they just need to take a small amount of flour. And then I am just going to add the yoghurt bit by bit, because if it's a little bit too sticky, it's not going to make a nice dough.
Our chefs should have made some kind of dough at some point. This is about working it together to make a firm dough, right?
Exactly that. If they don't get the dough made and resting, then they're going to struggle to roll it out. So that's come together, so I'm now just going to cover it and let it rest. And now I'm going to move on to making the falafel. So we're giving them the pre-soaked, uncooked chickpeas. I'm adding some garlic and parsley and coriander. I really like it when it's quite herby and green. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ground cumin and some chili flakes.
What's the secret behind a good falafel?
It's getting it blended to the correct consistency. If they don't blend it enough, it's just going to fall apart in the fryer. And if they blend it too much, it will be a bit stodgy. You want it to be nice and fluffy and fresh. I'm going to be making quenelles, but I don't mind how the chefs do it as long as they're all consistent. When they're shaping it, they really need to compact it in so that it does hold in the fryer.
You want it to be crispy and golden, and it's gently cooking on the inside as well.
Exactly, yeah. They do need to get that falafel frying because it takes longer than you think.
OK.
Next, I'm going to make the muhammara. I'm giving them the roasted red peppers. I'm going to use a little bit of pomegranate molasses, which is a little bit acidic, and I'm also going to go in with some Aleppo pepper. Go in with a little bit of lemon.
So if our chefs have not made this particular sauce, as long as they're using the peppers and the walnuts, seasoning how they want, you're happy with that?
Exactly. As long as it tastes good and they're using the key ingredients, I'll be happy. So that's my muhammara done. It's still got a little bit of texture from the nuts. It's not completely smooth. I'm going to get the flatbread on and cooking before I make the tomato salad.
It's quite a lot to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sprinkling on some nigella seeds just to add a bit of flavour and texture. And I want my pan nice and hot. I'm going to go in with a dry pan.
So you're looking for those flatbreads to be a little bit blistered?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it'll puff a little bit as well. The salad's going to be really simple. It's essentially going to be some dressed tomatoes, a bit of onions, and some fresh herbs.
Okay. Simple, but it's still got to taste amazing, isn't it? And again, they need to taste as they're making this salad.
Definitely. So I'm going to add some sumac as well.
OK. So you're looking for that real kind of citrusy kick?
Exactly that, yeah. But, you know, they can do whatever they want, really. So the falafel are looking good, so I'm just going to lift them out.
And they look beautiful. They're all the same size, golden. Can't wait to try them.
OK, I think we're all ready to plate.
Great.
I'm going to go with the muhammara as the base.
Presentation, doesn't matter. Well, how do they do it?
I want them to take their time, you know, make it look presentable. I've used a few different colours of tomatoes to help with that. So here we have falafel with muhammara, some flatbread and a little tomato salad.
Gorgeous.
Stunning. The falafel, crispy, crunchy. The inside is beautifully cooked. It hasn't dried out. It's held beautifully. You've got the herbs running through. It's so fresh. Your pepper sauce, it's so delicious. The hit of citrus to the sumac and the tomatoes. Your flatbread with the nigella seeds in it. I want more of this.
You made a very detailed, flavoured dish look incredibly easy. If our contestants get close to this, I think all 3 of us will be impressed. That was great.
Should we get our chefs in?
Let's see what they're made of.
36-year-old Charlie is a head chef from Devon, whose passion for cooking runs in the family.
Growing up, my mum was a chef, so I was always surrounded by good food. Everything was made from scratch, so it was easy for me to sort of slip into the restaurant world. After I left college, I went and did my first ski season, and they threw me in the deep end. I think my first week was cooking Christmas dinner for 10 or 12 people, and I had to ring my mum. I was like, Mum, how do you cook a Christmas dinner for 12 people? Being a chef, it's an addiction. It's not really a job. I don't see myself going to work every day. I see myself going to cook amazing food and making people happy. I'm able to get far, but the skills test is obviously the hardest bridge. I've just got to turn my chef brain on and don't mess it up, because I won't hear the end of it if it's something I'm confident at.
Charlie, welcome to MasterChef and welcome to your skills test.
Thank you.
We would love you to make falafel, flatbread, muhammara, and tomato salad. Thoughts?
Muhammara, never heard of it.
OK.
Muhammara is a pepper walnut dip.
OK.
20 minutes, Charlie. Take it away.
Charlie, what's your plan?
So I'm going to make my falafels first.
It's OK that he's starting with the falafel, but really he'd want to make the dough so that it has time to rest.
So I'm going to chop some red onions, some spring onion, some garlic, some lemon zest, and some fresh coriander.
Sounds good. OK, he's going to go for some spices. Oh, that's a lot of cumin.
Where are you working at the moment?
Working at a sort of modern fine dining restaurant in Exmouth.
Was it always the thing you were aiming to do?
No, I wanted to be a pilot originally.
Oh, yeah? What happened to that?
I wasn't clever or rich, so they're the two ingredients you need to be a pilot.
Charlie, 5 minutes have gone. How's that tasting?
Tastes good. I'm just not happy with the consistency, and I've had a bit of a mental block.
It's just got to have a bit of confidence in that mixture that it is going to hold, because it looks drier than it is. Oh, no. It's just going to be a bit stodgy now.
I'm going to roll some into balls,
Yeah.
and then dust them in a bit of flour.
Unnecessary, actually. The flour will just burn on the outside, because you have to fry these falafel for a long time to make sure they're cooked all the way through.
Much harder when you're here.
Is that holding?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Charlie, you're halfway.
So I'm going to make the breads now.
How are you going to attack that, then?
Yoghurt, flour.
Oh, I would go flour first, and then you know how much yogurt you need. He's going to make an awful lot of dough like this.
What sort of texture are you looking for in this?
I want to be able to roll it out. I'm not really getting it at the moment.
You did use all that yogurt.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near enough flour there. What he's making here is going to be more of a paste.
Charlie, where does your love of food come from?
My mum was a chef.
Did she teach you much?
Nah, she likes to think so. She was a bit more of a baker than I am. I could use her here right now.
Oh, Charlie, don't get frazzled.
You've got 7 minutes left. Your falafel is done, flatbread's still en route, and you've got your muhammara sauce to make and a tomato salad.
He needs to get a move on. Thing is, if you go into a pan with that oil, it's just going to soak it up and just become a bit greasy. It's good to see that he's, you know, not forgotten about those falafels, although I would guess that they need a bit more cooking than that. Oh, in the oven. That will finish cooking them, but it won't form that beautiful golden crust we're looking for.
You've got 5 minutes left.
Time is running out, Charlie. Just to make the dip and season some tomatoes.
What's that?
Sumac.
Sumac.
How's it tasting?
Good.
How's your flatbread looking?
A bit too thick and probably be a bit doughy.
Charlie, got 90 seconds. Let's start bringing this together.
He's pushed himself right to the last minute, so it means that he doesn't have any time now to make sure that it's beautiful.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, Charlie, you're nearly there.
Just in the nick of time. Well done.
You all right, Charlie?
No.
That was quite stressful. Hiya, Charlie.
Hi, Nikita.
How was that?
Terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I know how those nerves get the better of you sometimes.
falafel making, you had the gist of it at first, and then you just overthought it, and then added water and added the flour. I mean, I'm surprised it's turned out as well as it has. The flatbread, you put all of the yogurt and then trying to let that out with all of the flour. It is a little bit doughy.
The muhammara tastes nice. It's got the red pepper, it's got the walnut. I would have blended it a bit longer, emulsified some olive oil just to give it some body, but you were really up against it with time when it got to that point.
Tomato salad, you know, there was a whole heap of ingredients you could have added to that. Time's against you.
4 quite key things here. All 4 of them you were struggling with, but this was a tough challenge, I have to say.
Charlie, put this behind you and come back in the next round fighting, OK?
Thank you, Chef.
See you later. Ultimately, yes, we've got something on a plate, but Charlie panicked.
My brain just got completely scrambled with everything, but I got everything on the plate just at the last minute, so that's something.
Last up is 26-year-old junior sous chef Tom, who currently works at a restaurant in Winchester dedicated to wood-fired cuisine.
We cook over live fire. We're working with 350, 400-degree ovens, so the adrenaline you get midway through a service, and it's, yeah, just great. When I was growing up, I didn't enjoy school, and so I got a job in a bakery. I really enjoyed that, and that taught me how to read a recipe right. So then I moved into a pub, and I washed plates for 30 weekends in a row until the guy who was doing starters and desserts didn't show up, and they said, it's all for you if you want it. And so from then, I was cooking in kitchens. So I used to watch MasterChef a lot with my mum, and there was always something in me that was like, you could do that, give it a go. I'd like to say I can win it, but we'll have to see.
Tom, you ready for this?
Yep.
20 minutes, take it away.
I'm gonna try and do falafels first, I think.
That's OK, but I want him to get the dough on just so that it has a bit of time to rest.
So what are we starting off with?
So we've got chickpeas, lemon zest.
A bit of lemon zest will be nice.
Lemon juice.
You need to be careful because you don't want too much additional moisture.
Put some garlic in there as well. Yep.
Hopefully some herbs and spices.
Cumin.
Good.
Have you made falafels before?
I have, not for a long while. I think I made them once with my mum.
What's the key to a good falafel?
Soft in the middle and then crunchy on the outside. A lot of the time you get quite dry falafels, so I'm gonna try and get some oil in there so it's not as dry.
He's now adding oil to it, which is just gonna add a lot of moisture and potentially make it a bit greasy as well.
So you just mentioned your mum there. Did you cook a lot with her growing up?
Yeah, we used to try and do dinners together. I mean, I always used to like kind of be in the kitchen when she was there, so I kind of watch her cook. She basically helped me get my first job as well. So I started in a bakery and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He's a bit caught up in the chat and not really focused on what he's doing. They're all different sizes and shapes. They just look a bit rough.
Tom, you've had 7 minutes. I see your falafels have been made. What's next?
I'm gonna go for the flatbreads.
Perfect. Good start with the flour.
You said you did a lot of baking when you were younger.
Yeah, so I started in a bakery, like stuff like sourdough and stuff like that. That was good fun.
OK, it looks like it's coming together. But he's moving quite slowly. He just needs to have a bit more urgency.
We're now halfway. You've still got your muhammara dip and the tomato salad.
Yes, right, we're gonna do the dip.
What have you got in there?
We have the walnut, sumac jalapeno pepper, cumin, chili flakes, and then a bit of the molasses. Do a bit of oil in there as well.
This is a really quick job. I wish you would get those falafel in the fryer. They take 5 minutes, and he needs to get a move on with this flatbread.
Tom, you've got 6 minutes.
Yep.
At some point, you might have to start cooking things.
Hint, hint. Drop the falafel.
Just gotta hope these don't fall apart, really.
This is the moment of truth.
How are the falafel, Tom?
Yeah, they're good. They're not falling apart, so that's a good thing.
Whew. OK, flatbread, come on. Oh, he's moved on to the tomato salad, but we really want this flatbread to be cooked in time.
What's going to go in there, Tom?
So I'm gonna do tomatoes and then a little bit of red onion and then salt and coriander and some parsley in there as well.
You're running out of time. Come on, the flatbreads.
Tom, you've got 3 minutes. Really got to get a move on, and
Yep.
that flatbread needs to start cooking at some point.
You need to roll that really thin to get it cooked in time, Tom.
Oh dear, that's just not going to cook in time, and it's rough.
Right, Tom, 90 seconds to finish up, get everything on a plate.
How's the bread?
Please don't be burnt. Oh, beautiful.
Done?
Yes.
Time's up. Well done.
Thank you very much.
In the nick of time, but that flatbread, unfortunately, is just going to be raw. Hi, Tom. How are you feeling after that?
You good?
You were very calm and collected. I think maybe you just needed a bit of speed because it caught up with you at the end.
Tom, you spent nearly 10 minutes just working on the falafels, but falafels are good. They're still soft in the middle, nice and crispy on the outside. I really like those.
Your tomato salad brings the freshness to the plate. You've got everything in there. It's very, very good. But your muhammara sauce needs a bit more garlic. It needs seasoning. It's very citrusy.
The flatbread for a baker, you had 20 minutes. That dough was made well ahead of time. You could have got that on. You seem like a guy who enjoys a good chat, but there's a certain point you're going to have to rein that in and focus.
I just wanted to scream at you to get that flatbread on, but there's elements on this dish are really well seasoned, taste nice, so well done.
We look forward to seeing what you got for us when you come back in the kitchen.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
I think I maybe was too calm. I think maybe I needed to be a little bit quicker. I think I've showed skill in a few different areas there. I just wish I'd cooked the flatbread.
I thought it was a very positive start, and I thought they all handled themselves very well.
There were some issues with some of the chefs here. Seasoning, timing was off. That's to be expected at this point.
But overall, 4 very interesting chefs. Nikita, it's been fabulous having you back in the MasterChef kitchen.
I had a great time. Much better on this side of it.
Thank you so much, Nikita.
Thank you,
Nice
guys.
to see you. It's their own food next, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they've got. Chefs, now you're going to have to really up your game. In this round, we want you to cook us your signature dish, the one that really shows us who you are.
There's a lot at stake here. This is for a place in our quarter-final. 2 of you are going to be leaving the competition. Make sure you give it absolutely everything you've got.
You have 1 hour and 30 minutes. Off you go and good luck.
Definitely going all out today. Why not? My signature dish does have some different elements. If I like a flavour of something, I'll use it. That's what I like about food. It has no rules. If I want to add it, I can add it. No one's going to tell me no. So I'm doing pan-fried halibut with a tempura courgette stuffed flour. So going inside that is some smoked pancetta mixed with some scallop mousse. And also I've got pistachio chimichurri.
Okay.
And then I'm serving that with a leek and soy sauce.
How did this dish come about?
I started with the halibut, and then it just kind of evolved from there. I know I'm a young chef, but I want to prove that I can do certain elements, and I love working with fish.
What's the ambition here if it all goes well for you?
I want to move back home on the Norfolk coast, and I want to open up a restaurant there and base it off family dishes, things that I grew up with around there. Yeah, it'd just be really, really special to me if I can create that.
Well, good luck.
Thank
Get
you.
this right, you might be moving back to Norfolk sooner than you know.
I hope so.
Holly has chosen halibut.
Growing up around the Norfolk coast, we was always fishing with my dad. One of my earliest memories is him lining the kitchen table with newspaper, sitting me up on it, and he'd show me how to fillet fish. So I love working with fish.
It's got to be beautifully trimmed up, taken off the skin, and perfectly cooked.
It's such gorgeous fish, so I really hope I do it some justice.
We've got some beetroot that she's baking and candying, so we're going to have a little bit of sweetness in there too.
We have pistachio chimichurri, so it's been added to parsley and coriander.
But the ingredient that's missing that makes me question, is it a chimichurri, are the chilies. But what you want is a good green sauce, packed full of flavour.
The richness of the pistachio really works with like the meatiness of the fish.
Polly's also got a scallop mousse going inside a courgette flour, which is then going to be tempura. You need a scallop mousse to be nice and soft, velvety. The thing I'm struggling with is the fact that there's pancetta in there, which is going to be quite a hard bite. So whether that works or not remains to be seen.
These working?
Yes.
Fantastic, they're
These
great.
are working well.
OK.
Also, Polly's using soy to season her leek sauce.
The soy sauce creates this really lovely kind of like umami base layer to the sauce as well. It works well.
What we don't want is that overriding flavour of soy. It needs to be balanced.
Polly's got a lot going on. I'm just curious how everything will come together on Polly's dish.
I'm not happy with what the judges have seen so far with me. Got a point to prove in this round. I've got to make this dish shine, and if it doesn't, then I'm going home.
Charlie, what are you cooking?
I'm doing the kidney and venison pie. Ooh. And I'm going to do a Duchess bone marrow potato top. Seared venison loin, a little bit of kidney as well. I'm doing a smoked butternut squash puree and a little asparagus, broccoli and radish salad.
And is this very typical of your style of food?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a game-led pub when I first started cooking, and I haven't really sort of left it. I like game, I like that nose to tail eating, trying to use all the animal you can. I've tried and tested it with a few people. They've enjoyed it, I've enjoyed it. I'm a little bit sick of it now, but I'm hoping that you guys won't be.
Charlie is putting together a really gutsy dish, and I really like the sound of it. This is my kind of food. He's creating this little venison mince pie. He's got to just bang it full of flavour with the kidneys, the pancetta, the venison. He's also got a bone marrow potato topping, so rich.
We've got the venison loin. There's no fat, there's no sinew. You've got to be very careful that when you're colouring it, that you don't overheat it. You don't want it to dry out. Kidney, take off the membrane, saute it off nice and quickly, serve it nice and pink. Kidney cookery is very hard to get right in the kitchen with this much pressure.
Charlie is making a smoked squash puree. I want to taste some of that smoke running through the squash puree.
So I'm pumping the smoke into the puree as it's blending to get that flavour right into the puree, so it's really strong.
We have a squash fondant, hopefully in lots of stock or butter, and the fondant, as always, should be like butter when you cut through it.
I've got to get the sauce on for the venison quite quickly to reduce that down.
He's roasting off the bones, and he's making a really strong reduction of port and red currant to add to that.
I want to show that I can punch a lot of flavour into my sauces in a short time frame.
Feels like he's throwing everything at it. But I have to say, if he gets this right, it's going to be good.
Chefs, first 20 minutes have gone.
I'm feeling good, ready to crack on. I don't want to go home today. Essentially, I have to cook best dish of my life, and no mistakes.
Ben, signature round.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. What are you doing?
So I'm doing a baked halibut with pickled cucumber, champagne cream, mussels, chive oil, some bronze fennel. I love fish. My first head chef was really, really big on fish. So as a commie, I was prepping fish, opening oysters, making fish stock. It's just food that I like eating. If I was at a restaurant, it's what I'd order.
Who has tried this dish?
Quite a lot of my customers. One of the customers actually tried to buy the recipe with a pint of beer. I obliged.
Who's the person behind you that really is like, go Ben?
And my girlfriend, she helped me drunkenly apply it, and then here I am.
I like the fact that Ben is cooking the food that he enjoys. He's taken the halibut, which he's going to bake in the oven with the skin on, remove that skin, and then he's going to put a lovely little potato crumble on top. Delicious. The mussels, he's cleaning up and cooking those in a little bit of champagne. We've got potato. We've also got a little bit of bronze fennel.
He's making champagne cream sauce.
So my sauce is reduced and it's had all the fish stock in it.
And then he's going to put the mussels, potatoes, and pickled cucumber through it, so that it just becomes something quite delicious.
How's the champagne sauce?
It tastes really nice.
You happy?
I'm happy.
Good man.
It sounds classical, it sounds beautiful, and I love the fact that he's tried it on his customers, so much so that they wanted to bribe him for the recipe. So that's got to be a good sign, right?
Hopefully this is enough to get me through to the next round. I think I've got a lot to prove to the judges. but I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, cooking my own food, I should be all right.
Hey, Tom, it looks like you're making a dessert.
I am making a dessert. I'm making a pistachio sponge with a raspberry cheesecake.
OK, so it's like a cheesecake cream?
Yes, and then an orange gel, raspberry gel, white chocolate crumb, and a twirl.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I first started, I worked in a patisserie and a bakery, so I'm going to prove to you that I can do a dessert.
Tom's making a dessert. I love it. It's a real strength in a chef to be confident in the pastry department.
He's putting the pistachios inside that sponge alongside some almond. It's important that that sponge is nice and light and can't be dry.
Got a raspberry cheesecake, creamy, and he's going to put that on top of the sponge. There's corn flour running through there as well, so that helps to set it. But if corn flour's not cooked properly, then it leaves a taste in your mouth. And if that taste is too overpowering, then it's a no-go for me. It doesn't work.
If the cheesecake doesn't set, there might be a problem there, but I'm confident it will do.
He's also adding an orange gel, a raspberry gel. The raspberry twirl, I think, is going to cause him the most problems.
I've had 4 practice attempts. 2 the twirl worked, 2 the twirl didn't work.
That's quite a risk to come into this competition and only be half good at something.
15 minutes left to go. Are you going to be OK?
I'll find out in 15 minutes.
You certainly will.
I've got to finish my potato crumb, pass my chive oil, should be all good.
Chefs, you've got 5 minutes.
Cheesecake's set, so I'm happy with that.
Pushing, pushing.
You need to get a move on. Charlie.
Chefs, 30 seconds left. Get food on the plates now, please.
Chef, time is up.
Charlie, come on up.
Head chef Charlie's signature dish is a venison mince and kidney filo pastry pie, topped with a bone marrow duchess mash, served with pan-roasted venison loin and kidney, butternut squash fondant, smoked butternut squash puree, asparagus, radish and broccoli salad, and a port and red currant jus.
It's a very wishy-washy sauce. What went wrong?
Time, I didn't reduce it down enough.
The pie here with the filo pastry has got a lovely crispness to it. The filling is sort of reminiscent of a bolognese taste for me. It's nice, but I'm wanting sort of like a dense, rich sauce to really bind that together. The duchess potatoes, I'd like more of the marrow through it and a touch of seasoning on it. For me, the salad isn't necessary. There's lots I like, but also there are things that you haven't quite nailed.
The venison is cooked very nicely. It's just really earthy. It's really rich. That smoked squash puree, it's really good. It's got a lot of punch to it, and I like that. In my mind, the only thing that's let you down here is that sauce. It's just too wishy-washy.
Your pie, I'd eat it. You know, I like a pie. Kidney's nicely cooked. Love your fondant. But what you need with a dish like this is a good sauce. That's not a good sauce. It's no body, there's no depth, there's no flavour, there's no seasoning. It lacks everything that is needed for a sauce of this winter value.
Wasn't my best hour. There were some mistakes I made, and that's the price you pay. But it was an experience, so I'm happy.
Demi-chef de partie Polly has cooked pan-fried halibut, topped with caviar, served with a tempura courgette flour, stuffed with a scallop and smoked pancetta mousse. Salt-baked beetroot, pickled candied beetroot, pistachio chimichurri, and a leek and soy sauce.
Polly, I like your presentation. You've clearly put a lot of thought in how you were going to dress your dish here.
Polly, you just need to come back just a touch on the halibut cookery. It needs to be a lot more moist. I like the beetroot. You baked in the salt crust. You've left it rustic. I think of chimichurri. I think of chilies. But having said that, the chimichurri is great. I like the pistachio. I love the herbal element of it. There's a bit of acidity running through it. Delicious. The soy and leek sauce is what really brings it together beautifully. A lovely sweetness to it. It works well with the fish. Really, really good.
The beetroot's nicely cooked. You've got a little pickled beetroot on the side as well. The tempura courgette's got nice crispiness to it. The filling is smooth, and you've got pancetta in it. Does it need it? Well, it's nice, but there is things that aren't really necessary.
Everything on my dish is very nicely done. My criticism is there's a lot of ingredients. I've got soy, I've got pistachios, I've got chimichurri, now I've got caviar, there's scallops, there's pancetta. Although clearly you can cook very well, it's more of a lesson in restraint. It's like, I can do all this, but now let's just tone it down just a little bit.
Mix of emotions. I'm quite happy with what I put out, but, you know, if they thought there was too much going on, then, you know, that's fair enough. I think Marcus liked it more than Monica and Matt, but that's food, you know.
Head chef Ben's dish is baked halibut topped with a potato crumb, served with mussels, boiled potatoes, pickled cucumber, and a champagne cream sauce split with chive oil.
The fish cookery is beautiful, just falling apart. And the potato crumbs with saltiness on it, which you've used to season the top of the fish. Very clever. The mussels are perfect, just divine. The potato is beautifully cooked. It is solid cooking skills, done well.
Your champagne cream sauce is fantastic. It's fishy, it's fresh in champagne, and it's creamy and delicious and velvety. It's just really good cookery. And that's what a signature dish is all about. That says a lot about you. And you gave that recipe away for a pint. Yeah, you need to be asking a little bit more than just
pints.
a pint.
Ben, this is a very accomplished plate of food. Honestly, if I had this in a restaurant, I'd be rebooking. Everything on this dish is brilliant. You should be very proud of yourself. Well done.
Thank you. It's brilliant. It made me really emotional. The best feedback I've ever had in my life.
Last up is junior sous chef Tom. He has made a pistachio sponge cake filled with a raspberry cheesecake cream, topped with white chocolate and pistachio crumb, served with raspberry and orange gel, fresh raspberries, burnt orange segments, and a raspberry tuile.
The pistachio cake and this white chocolate crumb, it's working. I thought the cheesecake mix was really sweet. I also finding it more like a ganache, but now I'm eating it with the pistachio cake. It's actually delightful.
The tuile is very good. You've got some really nice raspberry flavour going through that, which is a nice surprise. I like the punchy kind of fruit injections you've got all around the edge there. Personally, I'd like more of that because the sponge can be quite dry. But the one thing that's not really working for me is that raspberry cheesecake cream. Got a kind of blancmange consistency, and it's just a bit too claggy for me.
The cheesecake itself, it's got the raspberry finish to it, but there's a dryness of the corn flour that I get, and I don't enjoy it at all. What I've eaten there is about as much as I would eat from it, and that says a lot to me about the dessert.
You've managed to split the judging, so you've given us a lot to think about.
I didn't think I'd divide the judges. I was hoping it was going to be a bit of a winner all round. Obviously, Marcus didn't like the cheesecake, neither did Matt, so I'm hoping Monica can kind of win the other two judges over to make them hopefully see the right thing.
I thought that was a good day, guys.
A lot of energy, but also chefs really wanting to come in and impress.
On the whole, I think the standards are very, very good.
There's one chef that stood out, and that was Ben.
Halibut absolutely melted in the mouth, and then the perfectly cooked mussels. His execution was excellent.
100% agree. Ben is sailing through to the quarterfinal.
Hear, hear.
Now we've got three that are pretty neck and neck.
Charlie, I did like the pie. It had good flavour in there. Fondant's buttery and delicious, smoky puree. But the sauce is to bring a dish like that together, and it didn't.
I couldn't taste any red currant. It wasn't reduced enough. It was just watered down.
Tom, his pistachio sponge, it was nice.
The thing that just didn't work for me was what he called a cheesecake filling. The flavour was nice. It was just the texture. It just stuck to my mouth, and I didn't enjoy eating it.
Polly, the halibut's a little bit on the dry side, but I love the freshness of the chimichurri with the pistachio running through there too.
I liked the sauce, it was sharp. The garnish was lovely. I even liked the little stuffed crispy courgette tempura, but I don't think it was necessary to have bacon.
There was a lot going on, and it didn't quite gel for me, although everything was executed very, very well.
Yes, a good cook. A cook trying to impress.
Of course I want to be in the quarterfinals. I am ambitious. I do push myself. Hopefully they see that.
I'd be incredibly sad to go home at this point. Not really sure which way they're going to sway, but I really hope that I go through.
There were some mistakes I made, but I would like to stay on. Yeah, we'll see.
Chefs, we've seen great skill on show, but as we said, 2 of you will be leaving us.
We have made a decision. The first chef going through to the quarterfinal is Ben. Congratulations, Ben. Knockout dish. The second chef joining us in the quarterfinal is Polly. Congratulations, Polly. Well done. Sadly, Tom, Charlie, you have to leave us. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Chef.
Very disappointed that I didn't make it to the next stage, but it's been a great experience being a MasterChef contestant. I'm going to leave with my head held high. Back to work tomorrow and carry on with life.
I'm obviously very gutted, but I gave my best, and that's all that matters. Box ticked. Time for the next challenge.
Ben, Polly, congratulations. You are through to our quarterfinal.
I can't really find the words at the minute. I'm still a bit in shock. But yeah, amazing.
I'm buzzing. It does wonders for your self-belief. But I'm ready for more. Ready to crack on.
Next time, it's the quarter-final, and this week's most talented chefs return to face 2 tough challenges.
This looks a little hectic.
Only the best will earn a place in Knockout Week.
That's just ridiculously good. I am enjoying this so much.